Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna do a little get ready with me, chat with you guys, and ask you guys to ask me some questions on Instagram. Just get started. I don't really know what to talk about. We're gonna use a little mix of the Rare Beauty Always Optimist primer with the Star Glow. I have like nothing left of this, I think. So like whatever little bit is here, we are just gonna go with it. A little bit of the Star Glow. Just a little bit. My nose is stuffy. My allergies have been killing me, guys. Like, it is not okay. But I really wanted to do a little get ready with me because I feel like I had like a long weekend. This week's been very long. I think I'm going to use the Pureless BBB cream. I was in Southern California this last weekend. A lot of fun. So I had to get some work done. I didn't vlog any of that because I had Niner with me and he was literally like having a child. Like, I had to deal with him and like new people being around him. He was like, what is happening here? But then we drove down south even more to Oceanside, which is where my cousin lived. And we just chilled there, and I love Oceanside. It's like so beautiful, guys. Like, I would like love to live out there. That's like how nice that whole area is. Just chilled with friends and family pretty much the whole weekend. I kind of think I need to just like have another trip and like stay more in LA because like a bunch of my friends are like, you're out here? What is going on? And I was like, just driving through, besties. Just got to watch like a really beautiful sunset. If there's anything, like one of my favorite things is just like catching a sunset. I don't care where we are. It doesn't have to be a beautiful place. I just love watching the sunset. It's literally one of my favorite things. So I got to do that. And it was like a really beautiful sunset because it was like all like forecast and really like gloomy. And I was like, we're not gonna get a sunset. And everyone was like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, I still want to walk down to the beach. Like, I want to take Niner out there. So we went out there and surprisingly we got like a really cute sunset. So we're gonna use the Bright On concealer from Benefit, and then we're also gonna use the Cake On concealer from them as well. I like to like, mix these two together. I only vlogged Sunday because Saturday I didn't want certain people in the vlog. I don't know, it wasn't even that. It was just like work stuff and certain things did not need to be in the vlog. It was a lot of fun, and I just really wanted to just make it like a family vlog and not make anybody feel uncomfortable that I had my camera out. I'm trying to think what else we could talk about. Let me see some of these questions real quick. Biggest pet peeve. I don't know, guys. I feel like I have a lot. Like, what aspect of life are we talking about? Like, maybe people who say they're gonna do something and then they don't do it. Everything is a pet peeve. Like, I can't think of one thing specifically. Would you ever consider doing therapy? I'm not against it. I honestly feel like I recommend therapy to everyone around me for someone who's never actually been in therapy. I don't know, like when I talk to like couples who are going through things and anything like that, I'm like, well, why don't you guys go to like couples therapy? Or like somebody tells me like a really big problem, I'm like, well, why don't you go to therapy? It's so easy to tell somebody to do something and then not do it. And maybe it's because I feel like sometimes my problems aren't like the end of the world problems. Then I'm like, I'm not going to therapy. I mean, I do go to therapy. Taylor Swift's music. There we go. I wouldn't be against it ever. I've just never thought that that was like my journey in life because I feel like maybe that's a bad thing to not validate my feelings and my problems, just thinking that they're not that big of an issue. I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty little contour stick, but I don't know. I feel like it's a good thing to do. Like, I tell everyone, like literally like people with kids that have gone through stuff, or like kids of divorced parents, people have gone through breakups, like stuff like that. Like, I feel like it's something that I'm always telling people, like, you should try it out. You should try it out. Yet I've never done it because it's not that I don't want to. I just think I've always thought like my problems aren't as big. Like, I'll be fine, which isn't good either. Like, I don't know, like it's not anything I'm against. I just don't think it's my journey in life right now. Do you like cats? Yes. I don't hate cats. I'm just not a cat person. I'm allergic to them. But like if my friends have cats, like I'll play with them. Like, I don't really care. I like love animals, but I don't think I would ever like get a cat. Do you think that men don't listen? I call on that. I feel like men always listen, even if they want to say they don't. This is the Milk Makeup work color for the cheeks. Men always listen, or you're the right man, you know? Like, if a guy really cares, he will listen to what you want and like pick up on things that he'll know to like mention later on. This is a little Blush and Happy from Rare Beauty. I feel like men do listen if it's the right guy for you. If it's not the right guy for you, then they're not gonna listen. My phone's over here because it's charging. Will you ever make story times again? Interesting question. Wonder why we're asking that one. Don't think I will, but like never say never. Like, men are smart and they do their research. Like, this guy did his research and knew what I did, and he said, you know what? I'm gonna do this in a way where a story time does not come out of it. This is a Makeup Forever powder. It's like the little prism one, and then I just like twist it like a little pepper shaker. I don't see myself making story times anytime soon. I know when people ask story times, they mean about men, and I'm just like, what do you dislike most about your job? Maybe how some things can be like inconsistent. Like, I could have a brand deal today, I cannot have a brand deal tomorrow. You really gotta like, you know, work for things, if that makes, I mean, of course, it's like nobody wants to work these days. No, I'm gonna use this cookie highlighter, right? Tickle, sorry. It's a little bit more pinky than cookie, but I really just don't know if that was a good idea. That is not what I was expecting. What do you love the most about your job? That I work for myself. I love that the most, like in any aspect of all my jobs, because I don't just do content creation. I love that I work for myself. I schedule things. I'm allowed to take my breaks because my mental health is not doing great. I could, you know, just stop doing this, you know? I mean, right now I'm definitely in my YouTube era, but you guys know how many months I've gone without like making content. And if anything, like, okay, I do get paid because of AdSense on here, but like, if I wanted to just make easy money, I would. Like, I genuinely like doing this because it's what I do. Like, if not, I would post every single brand deal on Instagram. But I love that, like, I schedule everything. It's all my creative flow. Like, I can do whatever I want. I could literally take off and, like, go live in, like, Bali or something, or, like, travel, and I could still do my work from there. Like, my work is literally my life. Even though, obviously, I still schedule my work and, like, you know, plan out my day and do all that, but I just love that, like, I could do anything I really wanted to, if that makes sense. All-time favorite makeup brand, I mean, come on guys, Rare Beauty, of course. Any plans on moving in the future? Of course I want to move one day, and I will. I just feel like I'm not an apartment girl. That's just not my journey in life. I'd want a house, and I'm at the point where I was like, I don't know where my future is going to take me, where I'd want to buy a house. I don't want to live alone in a house either. Like, I don't know, that seems very lonely to me. I would never want to just like go buy a house because I can afford a house, not be content in that house, and it doesn't feel like a home. Like, I've always said, like, I want a house that feels like a home. Please make a story time. I don't know what you guys want to hear. I feel like people always just want like juicy tea. I don't know what people want to hear when they're like, we want a story time. I have nothing to tell a story time about. Is there anything you regret posting online? I don't like regret things. I feel like you definitely should not speak about things till they're set in stone, for sure. Like, I'm a true believer in the evil eye, so that's why I don't post as much as I used to. Don't talk about things till they're completed. I've never posted anything bad that I could think of. I don't know, you guys could let me know, but like, everyone was kind of like, do you regret posting that Get Ready With Me? I was like, I didn't do anything bad in that Get Ready With Me. It was just literally me getting ready for a date. That's it. Like, I'm never gonna sit here and be like, guys, respect my privacy. Like, no, I opened the door and I allowed people's opinions in, and that's on me. Because if I never wanted to, I would have never filmed that Get Ready With Me. I would have never acted like any of that happened. I was just really excited and I really wanted to film that for me. I would never sit here and tell you guys, like, respect that. Like, no, I'm just gonna be honest and tell you guys, like, you guys are not gonna know what happens next. I feel like influencers or whatever, content creators, get really offended when people are in their business, but you guys also say out your business, so like, it makes sense. That's why like certain things I do not post. That's why you guys will not see me ever post a guy that I'm interested in. Like, I literally posted a video with my cousin the other day, and somebody like left me a comment. I'm like, that's my cousin. Like, there's one thing you guys need to know is I'm never gonna post a guy that I like on my social media till like the wedding day. So like, if you guys see a guy and you guys are getting your hopes up thinking that I'm with them, please be aware that that is probably a family member or a friend. Like, come on. Let me know you guys' thoughts on this, because that post, a lot of people were like, who's this guy? And I'm like, do you guys not watch the vlogs that's my cousin? One of my friends was like, well, what if like the guy you like who you're talking to sees this and thinks you're talking to somebody else? I'm like, well, then he's dumb, because one, I'm not gonna post a guy online. Two, communicate, ask. I don't know, I was really tripping out about that the other day, and I'm like, imagine this guy thinks that I was dating somebody, and then that's why they got upset with me because they thought I was dating somebody else, which, first of all, I have the right to do that if I wanted to. I'm not, because I'm not that kind of person. You're allowed to date other people till somebody's your boyfriend, even though that's not my journey in life. I definitely like to focus on one person and give them my all, and if that doesn't work, that doesn't work out. But like, if people see things you post on social media and they're trying to map things out themselves instead of being a man and asking you about it, or being a woman and asking you about it, like, I almost applaud my followers for being like, ooh, who's this guy? Because like, at least you guys are gonna get the answer. And maybe because men don't want to look like stalkers or anything like that, not thinking that anyone's saying this, that's just a me thing. Like, you're never gonna see a guy I'm interested on my social media. This is the Rare Beauty liquid eyeliner. How can I get this guy to like me more? Baby girl or baby boy, you can never force anyone to like you. You need to learn that if someone doesn't like you, I'm sorry, it's hard, but you can't force it, you know? And when it's the right person, it's never gonna feel forced. If you think something's worth fighting for or giving it that one extra chance, like, try it. I don't know, like, I literally don't know anything. I'm trying to put myself in that situation if I've ever tried to fight for something, and I feel like I've been very hard at that, but if my feelings are involved, I'm gonna try to reach out that one last time and try to figure out what we're doing. Like, there's been situations where, like, somebody's clearly going through, like, something crazy. How to tell if a guy likes you? Wrong, girl. I don't know how to tell, guys. I literally have no idea. The Milk Makeup Reyes waterproof. Why have you never been in a relationship? I don't know. I really don't have the answer to that. Y'all just want to catch me in my feelings. For sure, I've always been very guarded and protective with my heart because I don't want to get hurt, which ends up getting me hurt either way because it's just inevitable. It's gonna happen. You can literally tell a man that you don't want to get hurt and then they'll still hurt you. I don't have a set answer of why I've never been in a relationship. Like, have I really tried? Yeah, I think I've tried like a little bit, you know, but I also have like, I don't want to say standards, but I don't give my time to just anyone. One of my biggest things is that I love, and I feel like the kind of love I want like does not exist anymore. Or you just give up dating forever and honestly just get a couple cats. It like so much better. Where'd the cat question go? I might get 10 cats. I'm not gonna give my time a day to some guy who just wants to like, that's not me. If I'm gonna go out with somebody, it's because I'm finding love. Like, somebody needs to put me on one of those shows like Looking for Love, like Flavor of Love. Absolutely not. Do not take that and run with it. I can read people really well. Sometimes you can't read people that well. I want to date a guy who's gonna like treat me well, is looking for a life partner, not just like trying to like have fun for one night. Which, if that's your journey, please keep going, because I know that's some people's journey. I'm gonna use a lip liner in Sabi Sienna from Buxom. I feel like before I used to be around people who were like, you just can't be so picky, like stop being picky, like you're not gonna find anyone if you're this picky, and got rid of those friends in my life who were telling me things like that, you know. And now my friends are like, be picky, like you need to find someone who like can do all these things and like is a gentleman and like opens the door for you and like takes you to dinner. It's not even about that. It's just like, I am very old school and like I want to find somebody like that. Like I could literally maintain myself clearly, you know. It's not wrong to want a guy who like is a gentleman. Use this lipstick and send nudes. Don't do that, guys, ever. These are the only nudes we need to be sending. It's brand new and I don't even know where it came from, but I'm not on Wet n Wild's PR list last I checked. But this color looks so pretty to me, so we're gonna try her out. Hold on. Ooh, that was very pretty. I'm glad I used this. A little setting spray. This is the Physicians Formula. Better believe it. Believe it? I feel like that look turned out really pretty and different from what I usually do. I want to keep talking though. Okay, that was really nice. That's pretty much it for the makeup look. I really liked it. I know you don't like to talk about your dating life, but are you still dating or have you found the one? Is this the part where I see like neither? No. The other day, I don't know in which video I mentioned this, probably in all of them, I said something like, I don't date. So like, why do you say that? Like, you're not gonna find somebody if you say that. And it's like, I genuinely don't though. Like, yes, I wanted to date with one guy because in my mind I was like, oh, this is my future husband. But, you know, like, and that's not weird to say. It's just a thought process. Leave me alone. It's like, I don't want to date around and do that, but yes, I want to find the love of my life. And I'm sure I'll find him one day. Like, I'm sure he's out there somewhere. Or he's in a coma. That's still a possibility. Like, I could never date around or just date around. People who do that, like, I literally applaud them. Like, that's your journey. That's amazing. But my emotions get attached so hard. What's the longest relationship you've been in? None. I don't know. People say that and then they get offended because my friends will be like, well, you were talking to that guy for this long. You were talking to that guy for this long. That's a relationship. And I get it. And I kind of agree. But I've never had a boyfriend. So like, I feel like when people say that, I get offended and people be like, that's a relationship though. And I'm like, I get it. And I feel like I've always respected a guy when I've talked to him. Like, you're the only one that I'm talking to. But that's not a relationship at the end of the day. It's not, because you're not my boyfriend. Travel plans. I feel like everyone always asks me about traveling. Did we not watch the other 10 videos? I have a wedding in Italy, and then I have a wedding in Oceanside, and then I have a wedding in New York. So I have 3 weddings and I'm so excited for those. Like, oh my god, so many close people to me are getting married and I love weddings. So I'm very excited because I feel like I haven't been to a wedding in so long, and the fact that I have 3, literally September, October, November. What? I am so excited. How excited are you for Taylor Swift's concert? Way too excited. I am so excited for this concert, guys. I am going to relate to this concert so much more. What are you wearing to the Eras tour? No idea. My friend Jenna said she was gonna try to make me like a little corset thing. She's like, your boobs need to show at this concert. And I'm literally like, I'm wearing a turtleneck. A sparkly skirt that's giving like the Eras tour vibes. I have sparkly tights. I have like a bunch of things that do not correlate or go together, but I'm like, I will wear something. I feel like I was more stressed about the outfit beforehand, and I'm like, yeah, I'll wear what I wear. What is a deal breaker in a relationship? I feel like a deal breaker with me is somebody who like would not be willing to communicate. When you're talking to somebody, I feel like it's more understandable. It's not okay. It's definitely not okay. Communicate with somebody, because that literally drives people insane if you don't know how to communicate and not express what you mean, especially if you're talking to somebody and they're in their feels about you and you just like disappear and don't know how to talk about your feelings or whatever's going on, and then you come back like there's nothing going on. That's not cool. But it's also like, you don't owe that person everything, not to give a person an excuse for doing that. But like, once you're in a relationship with somebody, that's just out of the park. Not okay. Definitely not okay. It needs to be a team effort, and you need to work at problems, because everyone's gonna have problems. Don't string somebody along. Talk to them. You know, like, I don't know how to explain, like, people do not like to talk about their problems. People like to just show the good in life, and it's like, that's not how the world works. There's bad things in life, and you should learn how to talk and communicate with somebody when you're in a relationship with them. If something's making you unhappy, you need to communicate that to your partner. You need to tell them, like, I'm not happy right now. I'm really stressed out with work. This is happening. These bills are piling up. The kids' soccer team is too much. I don't know. Like, you know, talk about those problems, because things will not be fixed unless you can communicate. Like, I feel like communication is such a big thing. When you're just talking to someone, I get how, like, you don't want to share things with people, especially the bad, because you're like, oh my god, like, I'm just throwing all my problems on top of this person. But, like, that's also the whole point of a relationship. If we're trying to become a relationship and become something, like, share your problems with me. How can I help, you know? And maybe it's just because I want to help all the time. Like, I'm literally just like, what can I do to like fix this, you know? Which also isn't good. Like, you can't fix anyone either. That's going way too deep into it. I'm just talking about like problem wise. But most people take their problems and they run, and then that lacks communication. I mean, you can even get to a point where it's like you start thinking you're the problem because this person is bounced, and then they come back once they fix whatever's going on, like nothing's wrong. Know that it could suck, because it's like you don't want somebody that you're trying to build a relationship with to like know your flaws or know your problems. My friends have told me stories with guys where it's like when things go bad, they run away, and then they come back when everything's great, like nothing just happened, and like that messes with that girl's head or that guy's head. Especially when people string people along. I always think of like Vampire Diaries, like the pilot, where like Bonnie tells Elena, like, you can't string Matt along. Like, don't hurt somebody's feelings by not talking to them. Like, literally, if you do not like somebody, be like, this was fun, but like, go live your life, birdie. Like, go, fly away. How important is marriage for you? I feel like me and Haley kind of talked about that in our video. It's important to me. Like, marriage is very important to me. That's not because of my religious beliefs or anything like that. That's just an Andrea thing. Like, marriage is important to me because I want to be married one day. And I feel like I cannot be in a relationship with somebody for so long without them asking me to marry me, because I just think they don't love me. If that makes sense. Like, I would literally sit there and be like, he hates me because he hasn't asked me to marry him. It's a me thing. Like, I want to be married. Like, I love the thought of marriage, you know? And I feel like it's a hard question to ask people. But I also feel like there's no shame in asking these questions. Like, it's okay to ask a guy if he wants kids. It's okay to ask a guy if they want to get married one day. It's okay to ask a girl if they want to get married and have kids one day. Like, I feel like it's almost harder on guys to ask girls these questions, which is understandable, but like, I feel like it's okay to have those questions. Like, all my friends will be like, you're literally gonna make this man run away if you ask that question. But I'm like, if it's the right man, it's not a wrong question to ask, and everything will work out in the end. I think, like, the last guy I talked to, I definitely asked these questions and it was fine, but like, I avoided the marriage one. Like, I was like, I'd rather not know, because I have a feeling he's gonna say no to me. It came up one time and I was like, I'm gonna ask and I'm gonna be really disappointed, but here we go, you know? And like, I feel like because in my gut, like, I kind of had a feeling he was gonna be like, no. I was just gonna be like, you get me? Like, who's just gonna be really sad about it? His answer was literally yes. It's also not like when you ask these questions, you're asking like, okay, then let's get married right now. Like, absolutely not. But it's not bad to ask. It's just a question. Like, I feel like people get so offended when these questions come out. It's like, wouldn't you rather know than like have somebody be strung along and then they're like, I'm never getting married, I'm never having kids, I never want to live with you? Like, I don't know. Like, I'd rather know before, you know? But I know it's a hard question to ask, especially like in Haley's situation where her fiance was married before, and I feel like that question gets very hard if somebody's been through like a divorce. Like, I can only just imagine how much harder it is in that situation to ask somebody, because it's like, oh, they definitely probably don't want to. But some people are like, no, just because it didn't work out the first time doesn't mean I don't want to try again. I am a true believer that like, if you find the right person, you're gonna want to marry that person. And the kid question too, like, if you find the right person, you'll find the right person to want to have kids with. Number one dating advice, and don't say don't again. I don't have any dating advice. Like, just trust your instincts, you know? Like, go out with somebody who you think is like a good guy and you're gonna have fun with him, and or her, like whatever your situation is. I don't know, have fun, you know? And I'm not gonna say don't do it. That's just me. Do it, have fun, you know? And just be cautious with things. Serious question, don't joke about this one. Is it good to stalk someone before a date or not? You're giving me mixed signals. Okay, here's the deal, guys, and I'm gonna say this one last time and leave me alone, all right? This has been for what, like 4 months now? This question will not leave me alone. I was being funny when I said that don't stalk them. Like, it'll be more interesting if you don't. Okay, listen. I'm gonna say this question one last time. In that video, I was being funny. Like, I literally was like, it's fine if I'm giving serial killer vibes. Like, Joe is literally the next guy I'm gonna date. And people got really upset when I said that. Be safe when you guys are going on dates. I'm not I'm not a dating expert. Stalking, I get it, it's normal, it's just our everyday life. Like, I literally see like TikToks of people being like, this girl could figure out my whole life in 6 minutes. Like, wow, like she should join the FBI. There's a certain level of stalking you can do through social media, and it's good to know things, you know, because you wouldn't want to go on a date with somebody who's like married. I feel like my personal journey is just like, if we're dating, I want to be blind to the situation. I don't want anybody else's input. Like, I don't know, I feel like you wouldn't want to go talk to a man's ex-girlfriend about him, would you? Honestly, maybe you should. No, but like, you wouldn't want to sit down with somebody's ex-girlfriend and be like, is this the one? Because clearly for her it wasn't. So why would you want to put yourself in that situation? So I feel like stalking is almost that form of like looking in their social media for old things. Like, for what? Like, what is the point of that? But I get it, people do it, and I know my friends have done it. I've done it in the past. I have no filter when I like somebody. What if you wrote like on your Facebook, I hate pickles, and then on like a date I'm like, oh my god, but you don't like pickles. And then he's like, I never told you that. How do you know that? Like, that's the kind of thing I would do. If I saw that you went to London on Instagram, because I stalked your Instagram. I'm like, oh, I'm going to London, by the way. When you went in like 2014, like, was that like the best time ever? Unless you're just like so good at stalking and you can correlate the two. But like, if I like somebody, I'm building up all this information in a file in my head, and I am not going to know what I'm supposed to know and what I'm not supposed to know. You know? I'm just going to say stuff, and I'm not going to remember what you told me and what I stalked. You know, but I do think people should do it, because sometimes there's crazy things, like they're married, they have a girlfriend and you didn't even know, or like they could be wanted in another state. Like, I don't know. Do your research, do whatever you want. My whole thing was just like, I'm not gonna remember what you told me and what I stalked. Maybe because I haven't had to deal with like liars, honestly, but I know that a lot of men tend to lie too, so that's why girls go and do their research before they lie to them, you know? Like, so I've dealt with, thank God, a lot of honest guys that like aren't gonna lie about stuff. There was one situation, I'm not gonna say what it was, but like this guy took so long to tell me something, but I also understood where he was coming from, because it's not something I would personally run to tell somebody when we're first talking. I wondered if I would have stalked you, I would have found this out myself. I also don't want to like have information and then like judge that person because of something they didn't even feel comfortable telling me. And it's like, why didn't he tell me this that I found out? Like, did he not trust me to tell me this? Like, no, like, you just don't know what that person's going through their head and why they haven't told you that. Just do it for your own peace of mind. But leave me in my journey of not doing it right now at this very moment alone. Next time around, though, I'm stalking everything. Like, we're finding everything out before they tell us. I'm talking everything. But that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had a nice little chismeandoing moment. I've been really in my YouTube era right now, so I think I'm gonna vlog. I'm going out tomorrow with Olivia and her sister, so we're gonna vlog it, and the new baby. So I'm like really excited. They're gonna stop here because I'm like the halfway point, and we're gonna chill here for a bit, and then we're gonna head over to SF. We really just want to see the sunset. Like, I feel like that's like the #1 goal, and just walk around, shop. We'll see what we end up doing. But I also have enjoyed doing these videos with people, so I feel like I want to make this a series where I sit down and talk to people and we just talk about stuff randomly. I feel like it'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you pretty faces in the next one. Bye, guys.